Hello everybody, what's up? Tudagamon here. In this video I'm going to benchmark Mafia 3 on a single GTX on a single Radeon 7950, this is a digital recording as always. The recording takes place on an external device at 60 frames per second, so what you will see in this video will be pure performance. As you can see, the system is idling perfectly right now, so it has nothing to do with the recording itself. It is silly to record benchmarks with software after all. For this benchmark I'm using my old Core i7-860, which is overclocked to 4 GHz. Let me lower it a bit. There we are. Okay. It has 12 GB of memory, and the graphics card is a single Radeon 7950 Gigabyte Windforce 3, latest Crimson driver, and it is overclocked to 1.1 GHz. Now for this benchmark I'm going to use fraps to gather frame rate data, and we will see the result in this file at the end of the video. Some analysis with FLA calculator. Also, I would like to remind you that this is a new benchmark. I have already done a benchmark of Mafia 3 before, which you are seeing right now, and I'm doing this benchmark because a new patch came out and I want to see how it performs, the frame times, the performance in general, and so on. I did get a huge performance increase on my GTX 970 system. I was getting 29 frames per second, 30 frames per second on the previous run, and an average frame time of 33.54 milliseconds. So let's see how the new run will compare. I had a comparable frame rate of 20 frames per second, and let's see how the new run will fare. I'm pausing for a while just to show you the settings I'm using. As you can see, the global quality preset is at high. I'm just going to disable motion blur because the level I'm benchmarking is a little dark and motion blur will not help with the image quality. I'm starting the benchmark.
You sure this is how you want to play this?
Last thing they're gonna expect is an attack from the water. You head back round to the row. Stay with the car. I'll meet you over there when this is done.
Hope you know what you're doing.
Trust me, Ellis. Here in a bit, this will all be behind us.
How many men we sending?
2 teams. One's gonna hit the bar, the other's going after Perlas. Boss says if we have to burn down half the hollow to
Papa
get
Legba,
Sammy,
open the gate for
stopping till that man's dead.
him, Ellis, and the other one.
Lincoln Clay.
He's the one. This time he won't get away from us.
Huh?
Target practice us now. You won't let me move! Shoot the shit out of me! Fire! Keep him from moving! Got you covered! Move to the other side! He's coming at me! Over here! About to get me out here! Watch out! Getting low! Shit! I know that motherfucker! Can't take much more! Get me out here! Can't take much more! Watch out! Shit! I'm taking cover!
I'll go take him out. He's fucking killing us! He bleeds!
We ain't your people, cocksucker! Move to the other side! Getting low! Gotta reload, damn it! Watch out! I'll put one in his ear! Killing us! Don't think about it! Shoot him!
Dishonor your offering. Going to take my life. You have no right, Boozy.
Should have killed me when you had the chance.
Going for cover!
Motherfucker, go in here! Kill him!
That motherfucker kill fucker! Burn him! Got you covered! He's trying to shake me!
Practice now. Can't move for him firing! Boom, boom, motherfucker!
See him? I'm throwing a Molotov. Out of bullets. Gonna reload. Don't think about it. Shoot him. Keep him low. Let's ride this train all the way to the end, free.
How big are your balls, asshole? Eyes on him. Get over here.
Fire from the sky!
Shit! Handle that motherfucker!
Shit! I'm taking cover!
You don't know pain till you know me!
Looks like he's gone. So I
Maybe
go
you
this
can
away.
find this fuck.
No excuses!
Get over here.
Reload it! Come watch out!
He can't hit me from here.
I'll put one. Let's watch him burn! That weapon's mine! Get him low! I hurt him!
Fix my hand just fine.
Bunch of bullets! Gonna reload! On your knees!
We...
Bastard's going to burn! Watch out!
Follow me.
I hurt him!
Don't let me die like this.
God, no! Gonna... Motherfucker!
The fuck? You're getting shot at, Busan.
About fucking time.
Always gotta get you out of trouble, don't I?
You old?
I am. How'd it go with Baka?
We came to an understanding. He stayed dead, and I'd let him. Let's get back to Sammy's.
Can't even tell you how happy Pops is gonna be. Man, this shit with the Haitians has been weighing on him.
With them out the way, things will calm down. Go back to the way they should be.
Been telling him for months we needed to do something like this, but Pops, I don't know. Sometimes I think he's lost the taste for this shit.
Just because a man don't rush to violence don't mean he lost something.
I know, just makes me wonder what happens after, you know?
No, I don't know. Explain it to me.
Don't matter if it's a bullet or the hand of God. We all go sometime, right?
I suppose. But Ellis, we don't need to talk about...
I pray that Pops outlives the both of us. But if he doesn't, every motherfucker in the hollow's gonna be looking to us or gunning for us. Just saying we gotta be ready when that day comes.
Yeah, well, that's not something we gotta worry about right now. So just cool it with your grand plans, all right?
Yeah, all right.
And this is the end of the benchmark. So let's see the interesting stuff. We got an average frame rate of 36 frames per second. At first glance, it is a 6 frames per second increase over the previous version. A lower performance increase compared to the GTX 970, but we do have a lot of stuff to see. Frame rate is indeed close to 30 frames per second. The frame times have improved, however, compared to the previous version. They were quite higher. The game felt a lot smoother than before, although the frame rate did not change drastically. GPU usage is at maximum, no CPU limits. CPU temps are okay. The CPU usage is quite high, medium to high, but we have activity on all cores, even the hyper-threaded ones. Possibly some thread switching going on. We see the same dips and spikes at some points. Not bad, however. RAM usage at 4.5 gigabytes. GPU temps okay. The core clock of the GPU at 1.1 GHz steady, and we have 2 gigabytes of video RAM. Also, nothing changes compared to the GTX 970 in terms of video RAM usage. The 7950 is not video RAM limited in this game. It is GPU power limited. Stupid thing. I want this file. Okay, the comparable frame rate went up to 24 frames per second. It was 20 before. Not a stellar increase for sure. Give me a moment there. It's nice how they fit around the screen. So we have an average frame time of 27.44 milliseconds, certainly lower than before, and the stuttering is also lower, but still there is quite a lot of deal of stuttering. Not great performance. I expected a little better after what I saw in the GTX 970 video, to tell you the truth, but I guess the 7950 cannot do anything more. Frame rate graph close to 30 frames per second, give or take. The frame times graph does not help very much in this case, because we have these two extremely high spikes and they make everything else seem low, but we are looking at 27 milliseconds average, so you know that's not stellar. We will see, however. Let me set this to 33 milliseconds. Okay, this is the frame time needed for 30 frames per second, and we still have quite some frame times above that. Around 22% of the frame times are above the 33.3 millisecond threshold. Not very good for the performance. Also, the frame times to time spent graph, we see that for the vast majority of the run, most of the frames were above 33 milliseconds. We do have some delays, and we see in this graph as well that the system is not doing very well. Let's go to the 33 millisecond around here, and we can see that 33 is around here. Let me not be very unfair. Okay, this area is below 33 milliseconds, this area is above 33 milliseconds. It could be better, for sure. And the histogram that shows again the same thing. Frame times are quite high. I guess this is what the Radeon 7950 can do in this game, but I will be on the lookout in case a new driver comes out and helps things a little better, a little more. In any case, this is the end of the video, my friends. I hope you find it interesting. Take care.